my name is Marilisa and this is The Girl Meets Yarn episode 12. Welcome back to my channel. Today is November 19th. Today is the discovery of Puerto Rico. Today Christopher Columbus passed through Puerto Rico on his boat. He didn't put a foot on it, but he said, oh yeah, that is Puerto Rico. So, or no, he was not even the name of it, but you know what I mean. So today's a holiday. On Thursday is Thanksgiving, so my son is going to arrive today from Little Rock. He's going to be here for the holidays, and that's why I'm recording this episode today, just to have the week just for him and for my family. I'm coming I'm coming to you from Seattle, Washington, and here I am with Mimi, Gringo, and Stella. She is back here drawing and be the comment. What does it say? You're my inner voice back there. She's making a drawing for her boyfriend. Anyway, so a super short episode today. Not too much to talk about. I only have 2 whips, I have some dream knitting, and I have some sewing. I have no finished objects, so if you're here for that, I'm sorry, not this week. It's okay. So yeah, if you don't follow me on social media, my name is mablu_123 on Instagram, and on Ravelry I'm marilisalugo. You can find me on those, and let's get started. Okay, so what I have been doing, so these past weekend, we had an event here that is called it was called the Yarn Revolution. I think they're gonna do it again in March, and it was a bunch of yarn dyers from Seattle or around Washington that gather around to have this event and offer their hand dye yarns to us locally. I met Anna, and I have some clips for you. Okay. We are here in the Yarn Revolution, and we have the yarn boyfriend. He's gonna get us some stuff. And my face is so... Okay, so the yarn boyfriend told us to go ahead and get our yarn, and he will get us our bags and our shirt. My shirt is in the washer right now because I of course used it, but here I have the bag of the event. So it has this amazing design, and I love the knit free or dye kind of phrase they have for it. This bag was gifted to me by the yarn boyfriend. He was so kind to, you know, he was like, oh, I lost the receipt, I know how much it is, you know how it is, but thank you so much, Dylan, for this. I will cherish this forever. And I love this bag. It's a big bag. It has some straps so you can carry it, and their straps are long, and you have a closure here, and you even have a pocket on it. So here I have some stickers from the event, and I love the girl with the the logo, and this is the flag, and this is the flag, which says knit free or dye. And yeah, I have some yarn here for show you guys later, but I will show you guys that. Hi, so we are done. We spent 45 minutes down there, yes. And we are just done. We're gonna have our beverage. We're gonna hydrate. I'm gonna take yours. And this is what I got. I got this 3, this is mushroom patch, and then I got this 2, and I have no plans for it, none. So it's just like, and then you got me this, and we got the bag.
You is the videographer, which is actually yarn boyfriend.
The yarn boyfriend.
Taking one for the team once again.
Yes. And then, got a shirt. And then I have some stickers.
Okay, well you look for your stickers.
Go ahead, and then Alana.
Okay.
She did.
I know. This is from Fiber and Hue, and it's DK in the colorway Plant Fire, and this is going to be my Christmas sweater. These guys here are for my Christmas sweater. And I have no plan for any of this. But
Just like to spend money.
look, I make the money, so I get to spend it. But these, I have never seen this dyer, and I love her colors. The yarn is a very light fingering, so it's gonna be beautiful on whatever it is that it's gonna go. But so far, no plan for it. It's just beautiful, and I got it. And this is the exclusive colorway for the Yarn Revolution market of 2018, dyed by Nano Stitch Labs. So this is Scientific Soft, 75 Superwash Merino, 25% nylon, and it's called Fly Your Flag. And assorted stickers.
Just stickers.
And pins.
Where are you gonna put those pins on?
I'm gonna make a little like banner or something because it's not possible to just carry them around.
Yeah.
That level of damage was done in 45 minutes. I am so happy. I'm so happy we're gonna go and visit another yarn store just for that fun.
Yes. We're gonna do it again. And yeah, so that's what has been up the last week. So let's get into the episode. I don't have, again, any finished object, but I have the same whips that I taught last time. Not too much to add to it, but I have some from the Wool and Honey. So first whip is from the Wool and Honey. It's the Wool and Honey from Andrea Mowry. Last time I talked to you guys, I was in the alpaca, and I just finished the body. The bodies, after you separate for the sleeves, you need 6 inches and a quarter, and then you go and do a 2x2 rib, and after that you go ahead and start with the sleeve, and you knit until it's 5.5, and then you start with the rib, and I just started with the rib. So the rib is, the cuff is really long. It's almost 6 inches long, and I don't even have an inch. So I wanted to have this one for Thanksgiving. I don't know if it's going to be done, but I have my fingers crossed for that. Anyway, so I'm in love with it. You guys have heard me talk about how boring and horrible this has been for me, and I think it's just because I don't like to do the garter stitch on the round. It's just, it's just knit and purls, and it just get a little bit monotonous. Monotonous, is that the word?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Monotonous. You don't know that word? What do you guys learn in school?
I don't know what you're saying.
It's just boring. Is that synonymous for boring? Monotonous.
Monogamous?
No. Is monogamous? Is that the word? Is that boring? Means boring? Or... You see, what do you guys went to school for if you don't have any kind of like, I don't know, fancy words to throw away? Anyway, so when I finished my rib and I put it on, I was a believer. I was like, oh my God, this is what my sweat and tears look like, and I truly love it. And I was watching some podcasts, and they were saying, oh, this is a hobby and it should be enjoyable, and I should not feel ashamed to cast off, whatever. And I was just, I went ahead and got my little notebook out, and I was just like, that's an interesting concept. Let me see what kind of other hobbies they do the same thing. So I decided to ask people who have been fishing if they have encountered, you know, problems or frustrations, and of course they have. They will have, they have said to me that they have been very early go fishing and nothing is biting the hook, or they had to do some, you know, they do that hook art that they just make their own hooks, fancy for different kind of fish, and of course, you know, it's very frustrating and you lose it and stuff like that. And then I asked people who have been doing lace and they have encountered frustrations, you know, the same for embroidery, a bunch of things. And I think this is the only hobby that we're like, oh yeah, it's not enjoyable, I'm gonna just cast it off, which you can do whatever. But it just, I think it's just said a lot about self-discipline, just saying. Anyway, so for me, self-discipline did really work because I really love my wool and honey now, so I cannot wait to finish it up. Okay, so another whip that I have been working on, not too much because I wait for my yarn, I think it was for a week till it arrived, so finally made it here, and it just really bothered me because I went to a store yesterday and I found the same yarn here, so I was just like, oh my god, I should have just put my money here locally instead of like buying it online. So I apologize to all the yarn stores here if you guys have it. I bought it online. So this is Tecumseh by Caitlin Hunter. I'm using a US size needle, number 6, US 6 needle, and right now I'm using my licky ones because I had a 6 for 16 inches and then I have a 32, but I think the 24 I don't have it in the Addy, so I went ahead and just do the licky. And I know the scream at me, I know it's a different tension and I get a different stitch, but hey, I cannot do color work on super tight or super pulling. You know, if you have 32-inch cable, it's going to be pulling, so not a lot to, I'm putting all my sweat and tears on the wool and honey, so not a lot of progress here. I do like the combination, I think. I don't know, I think this color is too cool for me. I am more of a warmy color.
What color?
This one. She wants it. Hey, there's, let me show you this. There's this girl, which is, she's Yarn on the House, I think it's called, and she posted on her social media this picture of her daughter with a weekender black line. She made an extra large and the girl is an extra small, and it looks super rad on her and everybody's freaking out. And this is what an oversize should look like. Look at this though.
That's cute.
That's cute. Yeah. So she even cuffed it up, the sleeves, because they were too long for her. Yeah, if it's Yarn on the House, go and check her her picture, because I think I'm going to go ahead and do an extra large because I want this fit. So yeah, Stella says that she wants it. I don't know if that can be possible because she will wash and dry this and this. You like pink? I like pink. You like pink?
Yeah.
She likes pink. Who knows? Maybe it will be hers and I will get myself some other color. Okay, so yeah, so not too much progress on this one. You know, it's just color work. After doing that twigs, I think this color work is just a lot, you know, it's not color work. After doing that sweater, this is not color work. Sorry. This is just trying to do the color work. Anyway, so that's it for my whips, and I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Swatchpalooza. I call it Swatchpalooza. So I've been, just have that sound, they're cutting something. I'm sorry if that bothers you. I'm so sorry. Anyway, oh, they stopped. Okay, so I wanted to do the Chrysocolla pattern. It's It's from the Pompon, I believe, number 23. It was from winter 2017. And it's a heavy cable, very festive sweater, and it's knitted in pieces. You make the front, back piece, and then the 2 sleeves, and then you just seam that up. And I went ahead and I swatched for it. So my husband went to Argentina, and he used to buy me all those like horrible shirts that said greetings from whatever. And one day I was just like, okay dude, like you cannot bring me any more t-shirts, I cannot. So I want you to buy me yoga wear. And he did that for a while, and then when he went to Argentina, I asked Joji Locatelli where I can find nice Argentinian wool. She told me about this yarn shop. It's called Milana Hilados. And my husband called it, and he got me 900 grams of this worsted yarn and color, and then he got me, I think it was 750 grams of an ecru color. This is a 1-ply yarn. I think I have talked about this before, and I went ahead and I swatched for the Chrysocolla. I thought I was going to be able to get swatched because this was a worsted. The Chrysocolla asked for an Aran. I think my swatch back and forth because the piece is going to be done in, of course, in pieces. And with an US 9 needle, and I didn't get gauge. It was too small, and even if when I swatch it, it was a little bit more stretched out, and you can see any dimension on the design. It was really flat. So I was just like, oh my god, I thought I was going to be able to use this yarn. So I may do a weekender on this color. What about you? Like this color? Or do you want it black? This one I should show you.
Black. Or that. I don't care.
I'll do it in black. I get you a super wash so you can wash it and just dry it. You cannot put it on the, oh sorry, you can hang dry it or dry it flat. You cannot put it on the dryer.
Why don't you make me one that's orange?
You want an orange sweater?
Yeah, it'll make my eyes look more green. Well, anything. I don't care. Anything you want. I'll like anything.
Okay. Because I made her hat, and she... Where's that hat that I made you?
It's in the bathroom.
It's somewhere in mine right here. Anyway. So I went ahead and I read the instructions, and it asked for the Osprey Yarn from Quince & Co. And I saw a bunch of colors. When I saw this color, I was just like, oh my god, this is the color for me. Do you like this color?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the Barolo color. It's a red, winey, beautiful color. It's very Christmassy. Even reminds me of those Poinsettia. It reminds me of cranberries and everything nice. So I went and I got one yarn and one skein, and I swatched for it. And you know, there's not a lot of stiff definition, but there's a lot of dimension. So you can see the dimension here. And with this one, I got gauge with the suggested needle, which it was the US 9. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and cast on this one whenever I finish the Wool and Honey. I will make sure that I do finish that one. If I'm going to compare one or the other, there is that half of an inch that that was missing from the other one. So definitely, I definitely needed an Aran weight for this one, and I cannot wait to start. It's so pretty. And I got this yarn locally in a store here, the Tea Cozy. So I found, there's so many yarn stores here. I really miss my girl from Fayetteville. I do really miss her, but
you don't even know her name.
I do. Her name is Cynthia.
Mm.
Her name is Cynthia.
My girl.
Her name is Cynthia. I know her name. What are you talking about? You are so... I know the name of my girl. Her name is Cynthia. She's from the Handheld store in Fayetteville. Okay? I want to just say my girl. My producer. Are you my producer? Anyway, are you my producer now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I got engaged for the Chrysocolla and I cannot be any more excited. So I talked last time about, where is the magazine? Okay, so I talked last time about the poet and then I got the yarn for it at Told. And then it was so cheap, it was $60, blah, blah, blah. I came home, I swatched and it didn't work. So back into it, I swatched, and when I show you the swatch, and I was not into it. I was just like, oh my god, I'm doing something wrong. What's going on? I have not finished it up because it's so glossy and so see-through right now. I don't even see it. So it's so glossy. I don't know if I want to have a sweater that is just like that. She asked, or she gave a suggestion to use a US 4 needle to get gauge. I'm getting gauge, although Anna told me to go down to a US 3 needle. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do another sweater in US 3 needle. I refuse. No! Anyway, so I think I'm going to go ahead and the 4 skeins that I have, I'm going to go ahead and return those and get something else. Because I don't think this is going to be definitely for me. That was a flop. And when I went to the Yarn Revolution event, I saw this yarn. It's a Tuscan knit yarn, and this is the color Mushroom Patch, and this is her fuss base. It's 50% superwash merino, 20% kit mohair, and then 25% nylon. And I was in love with this one. So this is a grayish brownish color, and it has some black, super dark brown speckles on it, and even have like a little bit it's gray, but it looked more like a bluish tint. So I really took my time to find three that were very similar and not have the issues that I had before. And I love this one. I went ahead and got it, and I swatched for it. Woo, where's the swatch? Oop, we're having problems. Technical difficulties. Shoot. I was sitting on my swatch. Okay, so here's the swatch. I got gauge. This is a fingering weight yarn, if I have not said that. I really got gauge with it. I really loved it. It was everything more shine, everything. However, there is no stitch definition. You cannot see anything that is going on, just yarn. So this is how speckles eat your design. So it definitely needs one color yarn. So I was just like, oh my god, this is the third yarn that I have. You know, this was a bunch of money. This was $32 each, so you made the math. We're just like, oh my god, what's going on? So in the yarn shop here, the Tea Cozy, I found this Cumbria by the Fiber Company. Is a fingering weight yarn. This is the color Scaffold Pike. Is a whitish, it's a white gray situation, and I went ahead and I got it. This is 90% wool, 10% mohair, and I did my swatch, and I have to say, after many tries, I did found my yarn. This is the swatch. Again, I got gauge, and you definitely can see the stitch definition here. You can definitely see the design. So we have a freaking winner. Do you like it? She likes it. She's approved. Okay, so I think this is gonna be my birthday sweater. I don't know. It's so pretty, and I don't have anything in this color, so I do really.
Anything gray? You have so many gray. What do you mean?
Not this gray. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
What did you just say? too
You
much
out here
gray?
saying you don't have gray. You're wearing. Oh, you're
No, I'm not wearing gray. What is going on with you? You colored whore. I'm kidding. That was so cute. Okay, that was funny. I will have to say, you took me out of my. I was being very serious, and she was like, "You have anything gray?" But do you even like try to mimic my accent? Because I know you have no accent. My kids have no accent. My husband have no accent. I have this thick Sofia Vergara accent. It's so bad. You don't mimic my accent?
No, I wasn't mimicking your accent.
You. Okay, I get it. You're getting no money this week. I'm kidding.
No, I know, because Dad has to pay for my speeding ticket.
He has to pay for your speeding ticket?
He said he would. I don't know why.
She got a speeding ticket. I'm 42. I never had a speeding ticket before. Hold on, let me knock on wood. And she just got one, so. And Daddy's paying for it. Awesome. Nice to know.
I didn't know. He just offered. I was like, bet.
Anyway. Okay, so I got gauge for it. That is for my Swatchpalooza. And then some other yarns that I got recently. I went to that event again. Or when I was in that event, I got this Cordelia one from her Fur Base. It's 100% superwash merino, 1-ply fingering weight. Did I say fingering? I don't know. So I think I'm gonna do a scarf with this because I don't think I have anything gray. Do you like this? Anyway, so this is going to be, it's kind of an ecru all rose with black speckles yarn, and again it looks very, very consistent. I really love that one, and I got it. And then the other yarn that I got is this Lopi. I've never worked with this before, but I truly need some mittens, and maybe Stella needs some mittens too.
Yeah.
Okay, that was like a quick response. So I went and I got this too to make those Selbu Speedy mittens by Skindered Knits. I'm on this club that she has, and I have not started even one, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and get myself and Stella some mittens and start with the Aran weight ones, because you know, fingering weight mittens that is I will say a commitment. So this is everything for my knitting part of the podcast, and I'm gonna head and I'm gonna just switch to some sewing and some other stuff that I love. I did some sewing recording, and I just took it off from the previous. She just came out like she was a zombie. There we go. There we go. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and show them here for the third time. I don't know how many times I've showed this, but anyway, this time it's gonna make the cut. Okay, so I love Dry Good Designs. It's a store here in downtown Seattle, and they offer a bunch of classes: knitting classes, sewing classes, quilt making classes, everything classes. The space is beautiful. If you ever make it to Seattle, you have to go there. And I always try to get in classes, and I can't ever get into them because they're so fast. But this class was not sold out, and I was just like, oh, how perfect. It was for the next Sunday, and I went ahead and signed up for the Range Backpack class by Noodlehead. I always wanted to make a backpack, and I thought that if I didn't take a class, I was not going to be able to finish or just go through it, and I totally believe that was true because this was a hassle to make. So the class, they send you an email, and they were like, you should cut all your pieces before you arrive because it's going to be a very tedious job. And I woke up really early that morning. Class was at 11. I woke up at 8, and I spent 2 hours cutting fabric. It was insane. So there's little cuts that you know, 10 inches long, 2 inches wide, stuff like that. And everything is hand cut. The only thing that I didn't hand cut, of course, was the hardware and stuff like that, but the rest was all cut by hand. And you cut the interfacing and you cut the actual fabric. So it was a lot of cutting. There was people that came in without their cuts, so they spent a lot of time. The class was great. She just got us through in the entire process of the backpack. I think that the only thing that I didn't finish was the only thing that I didn't finish was this over here, and that was it. I just did this in 4 hours, and it was just some very that was my daughter. It was very intense. Doing this was very, very intense. It was like, oh my God, seriously? Oh, anyway. So the bag has this closure here. You have a two D rings for the closure. And if I was going to do it again, I will just do that clippy thing, or maybe something more easy to access, because here is a lot of, if you're paying for something just to get it in or your things in or out. There's a pocket here. There's a pocket here. One day I will show you pocket. Okay, so here's the pocket. And that's it. There's not too much. It's just an empty sack. You make your straps yourself. So with the lining. So this is a quilting weight fabric, and I did use that woven interfacing, and for some reason it bubbled up, and I took my mighty time just to get it right and very attached. I don't know what happened. If you guys know, I don't know. I didn't use the interfacing for this part because this is a waterproof nylon-y fabric, so it will totally melt, and this is an oilcloth. All the fabrics are from Dry Goods. And then the only thing that I will change if I was gonna make this again is just to reinforce the straps more, because you only have this thread going through to secure your straps. So I was gonna do again, I would probably do 2 more lines around just to make sure that it's very secure. I can do that still, but because your straps go all the way down to here, so they only have, this is the support. The same for the little hooky thing. And yeah, you have this pocket in the inside. It's really cute, and I think it's decorative. I don't think I will put anything that is valuable there, because I live in Seattle, so they can push it away. So number 1, range backpack. I would say if you want a backpack, this is the one. And I will also put a zipper here. I'm not a zipper person. I hate putting zippers because I never get them right. But I think for added security, I will go ahead and just insert or add a zipper in there. Okay, there we go. First, okay, and then the second one that I have finished recently, and I did wear it, so that's why it's all a hot mess, is this Jenny overall by the Closet Case pattern. So I did the kind of like straight leg. She did a variation recently, and she told showed us how to make it more taper or more straight than that wide leg design, and I just did that. However, if I was going to do this again, I will not taper in, just because of my figure. It doesn't work. But I did have nice time making this again. I made it in a very very fine corduroy. Nothing exciting to do. You know, I always love to do the hardware. I mess it up here, if you can tell. But all these little parts, I just had so much fun. I will have to put another one of this on because I think I put it too tight and it's cutting on my waist. You have no idea. Yeah. So again, always, you know, a pleasure to make her patterns. I think her patterns are amazing. And if I have not said it, this is the Jenny overalls from the Classic Case pattern, and I have done this before. And then the other one, the last one that I just recently made, and I hope you can see the fabric here. So this is a wide tooth, kind of like 75s corduroy from Pacific Fabric. I found this store here in Seattle, and I will have to say I love the store. However, the only thing that I don't like about the store is that they just hover you like you're going to steal something. And people, when you have a store, okay, and you think somebody's going to steal from you, you give them customer service. You ask them how they're doing, you talk to them, you're very nice. That's how you prevent people from stealing from you. Believe me, I used to be a loss prevention person, okay? Not by hovering around them and believing that they're going to steal from you. Come on. Come on. Anyway, so went to the store, I got this one, and I made myself some, this is the York Pinafore by the Helen Closet, and I was just wanted something to hide my bread consumption or my donut consumption, or whenever I want to eat a lot, and something that is warm for this weather. So I just made this one, and I did a lot of alterations. So the pattern comes with two necklines. It comes with a high neck or a very scoop one, and it's very roundy, okay? So I thought the high one was too high for me, and because you have it high, right? You have it high, but then you have, let me just divide this. So you have this long opening on your armhole, okay? So if you have this long one, and then also you have a deep neck, I thought it was very schooly. So for me, because of my age, I did not the high or the top. I just cut self-draft how low I wanted my neck, and I just mimic the curve for the neck. So when I went to attach my straps, I noticed that they were too long for me. So I took 2 inches, well, it was like 1.5 inches of each side. So this was supposed to be lower, but because it was too, it was okay from here, but here it was too low. So it was gonna show my underwear, and I was just like, okay, like I cannot do that. So I needed to raise it. And I should have done a muslin, but I didn't. I think I'm a little short torso, so I went and I cut here, and it was just not too much to cut because it was just like a long strap. I did cut, and then this came up to a decent kind of like into my waist situation, and then because of that the neck came up, so I have a higher neck. So, but it's a joy to make this. I did the one with the pockets on the sides. You have one that had the pockets in the front, like the jersey kind of situations. I didn't want to do that either. I thought that was not my style. So, so those are my style. So three things I want to talk before I go. I have been doing a little bit of book shopping, and you know, I am obsessed with books. I have an issue. I buy all the books. If there's one, I'll buy it. So the first one I bought is Mending Matters by, I can never say it, Katrina Rodabout. It is a book that a bunch of you guys are getting, and I think it's a great book. It talks about not only mending the rips of your jeans, it talks about pretty much every mending you can imagine. It's a very awesome book. I think if you are into hand sewing and really using your skills to make give your pieces that are a little worn out some character, this is the book for you. I think it's gorgeous, and it's a nice book to have in your collection. Another one that I just bought is this one. Is called Breaking the Pattern, and I will have to say I bought this book because I was just like, oh, you have the patterns, and it's just like, I don't know, it's $35 US. I got it on Amazon for $24. Sorry, I just my husband works on Amazon. Hello, how can I'm not gonna buy it? I need to support Amazon anyway. So I went ahead and I got it, and I will have to say, if you have to think about one or the other, you know, if you want to do some hand sewing, this will be for you. If you are into sewing and you are a beginner, you can go through it, that's okay. If you are a beginner, or if you're an experienced sewist, or you are just, you know, how to just do a straight stitch and you don't know how to do anything else, this will be the book for you. Definitely, I will guarantee you that. They have, I don't know how many patterns here. I think it was like 20, if I'm not mistaken, patterns for you. And with each, you're adding experience and techniques. So in every design, you're adding some aspects of or a technique of sewing. So they start with a bag, very straightforward, just straight up and down stitches. Here's the one, and the Numi bag. And then the second one, which I have to say, I love this pattern. I think is the second one is super simple, is super beautiful. So you have those open sleeves, and then you have a crisscross back. And you learn in this design, right? If you have never done things like that, you know how to work on a diagonal and work with seams, and you know, it's awesome. So it keeps on adding and adding and adding, and you work with knits. You even look at that. This is fun. I bet Stella will want one of these.
What?
Ooh. It's really nice. So, so you learn how to work knits. You work even buttons. So there's a lot of techniques, and I would say if you follow this through, you will be an experienced knitter in no time. So the highlight of it is you make, at the end, you make a coat. You make a coat, and then you make some jeans. So the jeans are kind of like a color block kind of situation. So really, I will really just go get this book. If you are an experienced or a beginner, I think you definitely get something from it. And you have all the patterns, and I think somebody said that you can PDF the patterns, although, you know, we hate PDF patterns. And then the other one that I loved, and it's more on the line of this one, but it's a cooking book, is this one, Salt, Fat, Acid, and Heat by Samin Nosrat. And if you have Netflix and have not seen her show, you should. It's amazing. It's 4 episodes, and she talks about, you know, each of these very important elements in your cooking. Okay, so she goes around the world just to find how, like in all cultures, in all cuisines, we have the same concepts. We have salt, we have fat, we have acid, and we have heat. So I went, you guys know I'm a cooking school dropout. I just have 1 class left to finish. In English and math. But I would say if I take my cooking books that are made from, you know, whatever, professional cooking books that we use in school, there's a lot of concepts here that she talks about that are they're very well explained. You know, how acid affects everything, you know, and how you balance it out. So I truly will say I recommend this book. It's really, really, really nice. There's everything. There is meat, there is fish, there is vegetables, there is everything here. So watch the shows, and then you will be like, okay, I need to buy the book. So yeah, so this is all for this week. Yeah, if you don't follow me on social media, I'm Marilisa_123 on Instagram. Stella is Stella Garate.
Are you serious?
And then if you don't follow me on Ravelry, it's marilisalugo over there. And Stella is learning how to knit. That is the new thing she is into, so she may be with me next time showing you guys her cast on. Right?
Sure.
Well, happy Thanksgiving. Take care.
I need to make a scarf for Matt for Christmas.
She needs to make a scarf for her boyfriend for Christmas. She's a lefty knitter. She's a true lefty, so this will be interesting. Okay.